And it's really important that if you don't know what you're doing, do not perm your hair at home. I don't care if it's cheap. And actually, Sally's will not allow you to buy perms anymore. You have to be a professional. Yeah.
Hi guys, so we are here again to do another hair cutting video with Missy. So she's gonna do something different, not the normal Missy Midi this time, which is still a great cut, but I wanted something different and a whole new different thing. I won't have this straight hair anymore.
Because we're doing a perm today. We're actually gonna be doing a more of like a body wave. So we're gonna be giving her a actual femme fatale midi. A little bit longer version. We will kind of be fast forwarding through that, but if you ever wanted to get the Missy Midi or a mini haircut, you are more than welcome to come to my salon and I will gladly do it for you. And I also offer that you can get your hair cut and styled, and when you get your hair styled, they actually do like your own little mini like styling thing. So your own like hair class, that's what I meant to say. So we're gonna wash your hair. Now usually what I do is when I perm, I don't cut the hair first, but because we are cutting so much length off the front, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it and then we're gonna perm it. So here we go.
So let's go get it washed.
So here you go. You feel better?
So much better.
So we took like a good 2 inches off the bottom, and then I didn't do any layering in the back. I kind of trimmed it a little bit. To give away a little secret, I usually don't like to put any layering in the back because it makes it for people, because a lot of people who come to me don't know how to style. So if there's no layering, then when they roll it, they can just brush it out. So I mean, a real midi has a lot of layers, and with some people I do layer the back of the head, but I just find it's better than that way. You don't have to tease it and do all the sculpting and stuff. And then the front, we did some like modified midi layering that I won't go too far into.
Alright.
But it's enough to where, you know, she just really wanted a lot of movement in the front. So
yes.
Got the little Joan Jett going here.
Yes, I was gonna say, I probably don't want to wear this straight ever. But that's just me.
I don't know. Well, you have so much cowlick on the front. Like,
yeah. that's the thing. I've always
We're gonna go back to the 2000s and you're like
Yes.
emo girl. You were never emo though. You were just rockabilly. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to the perm. So with this perm, I will tell you up front right now that the best thing to do if you want to get a body wave is to actually go into Koreatown and get a digital perm. These perms now, they can take really well or they can't, or they won't. I use the Quantum 5 Mega Firm, and I use this one because in the 16 years that I've been doing perms, they really only work on tight rods. I mean, that's just I have a couple girls that I still do perms for, and they're good with this, and it actually does look the way that it's supposed to, but 9 times out of 10, they're just gonna fall because this rod is too big and the hair is too heavy. So it will look great when it's like really, when it's wet, and then when it dries, like the curl just falls out. So anyway, if you want a body wave, I definitely would recommend 48 hours. Yeah, and it's best because in the first 24 hours, your cuticle is open, so they just want you to wait a little bit longer, you know, just to make sure that the chemical stays in there and the neutralizer is neutralized all the way and your cuticle closes up. You don't want to get it wet because you don't want the perms will relax. If you ever get a bad perm, you can go home and put a bunch of conditioner on your hair and then like take a fine comb and like comb it out.
really hard. Like, I don't think my fingers can stay tight enough for
Sure they
them.
can. You just gotta practice, girl.
I know.
Come on.
That'll be my next thing.
I wouldn't be as good as I am today if I didn't know how to finger wave. It's so easy. It's just back and forth.
Yes, it looks really easy, guys. Don't pay attention.
Well, you want to make sure that you use a sulfate-free shampoo.
Okay.
Sulfates are it's the additive that they put inside of soap to cut grease. So sulfate-free is good in certain instances like this, or if you have like a relaxer, because it wouldn't take the relaxer or the perm out of your hair. Some people with fine hair do well with sulfate-free shampoos, but someone who has very thick hair and very oily hair, it's not going to work well. But for this, you should do a sulfate-free shampoo, and then maybe if you have to, because of the buildup from all of the styling products, then wash your hair like once a week with a regular shampoo to get it really clean, you know? But you don't wash your hair that much, right?
I don't. I wash it like probably once a week.
Yeah, so you're just going to have to gauge.
Okay.
And a trick is that if your hair feels really dirty and you can't get like does that hurt?
No.
If you can't get the oil out of your hair, use like a tiny bit of dish soap.
Okay.
Just like a dot in your regular shampoo, and it'll cut the grease out.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. Detox shampoos, which is like cleansing shampoos, they strip really bad, and they tend to make your hair feel kind of gummy. So. I find that dish soap really does the trick because it has a high amount of sulfate in it, so it's really gonna lather, and it's meant to cut the grease. Don't do it all the time, but you know, if you are itchy or you still feel kind of greasy, you know, but I go down the mohawk and I do back, and then once I go past the crown, I go forward. And then I just brick the back, which just means I just grab pieces, much like you would with like a hard roller set. I just brick it. And when people do, when I used to do waves all the time, I would actually alternate rods. So I would do black and green, just because it would give it like a more natural look. But we're just gonna do all green today because you just want some body in your hair. Perming your hair does help it to maintain a curl better. Because in actuality, you're ruining your hair. So it's like scuffing something up before you paint it. It just makes it adhere a little bit better. And if you have, you know, really like fine hair, coloring it, bleaching in it, perming it just gives it some more body, so it actually like stays without it just sticking to your head. Because when you perm it, we're perming volume in.
And then with dyeing, because I feel like that might have to happen to my hair soon. How long do I have to wait, or is there
48? You talk like 48 hours before you do anything to your hair. You do have to perm your hair first, then dye it. Because if you dye it, then perm it, your dye will fall out because the ammonia in the waving solution opens the cuticle up. Because technically, when you perm your hair, you're breaking the bonds of your hair from straight to curly, and then you wash the first solution out and put the neutralizer on, and it's reforming it to being a circular position. So your color will be lighter today.
Yeah.
And the blue might come out.
That's fine.
So we'll see. Everyone's different. Some people it doesn't affect, others it really affects. It just depends. Again, everyone's body chemistry is so different. But this is why I had to cut your hair first, which I usually perm then cut.
And why do you usually perm and then cut?
I perm and then cut because I like to cut when I've got the pattern that your hair is going to be in, so I can cut it a certain way. But it didn't matter for you because the cut that you got is the cut that is made for a perm. Yep. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's not gonna, you know, mess it up.
Alright, she finished rolling. Now you want to put this little cotton here for protection.
Absolutely. And then I'm gonna give you this in case you feel any wetness coming down.
Okay.
Just in case. Going pretty good.
Alright.
And then I read the instructions, because that's what you should always do. Even if you've been a hairdresser for 16 years, you still need to.
You always want to double check.
And then we're going to start in the back. And you don't want to get any of this stuff on the skin. And that's what the towel is for.
Is there a reason why you start on the back, or it's just
Because the hair in the back is more dense and it's thicker. It's also more resistance. That's the reason why when you dye lighter, you always start in the back. Even though you want to start in the front.
Right.
But you shouldn't start in the front, because then that hair will get too light and it won't be the same in the back. So that's why if anyone bleaches your hair and they start in the front, get out of the chair.
Run away!
Head back. Does it feel warm on your head?
No.
Well, that's because no perm solution is on your scalp.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Okay, so I went over twice in the back, and now I'm going to go over the second time in the front. Colored hair, so I'm going to check it in 6 minutes, and then you should have an S pattern, which means that when you open up the roller and push it back, it should automatically go into a wave. And if it doesn't, that means it's not ready yet. Okay, so we did all the stuff, neutralized it. So this is a very, 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 very light wave. So it's not meant to be really curly, as you can already see. And see how much lighter your hair is now? So, as you can see, it's not straight anymore. So I'm not going to dry it because it needs to air dry, but she can roll it tonight, so that's nice.
Yes, and then at the end of this, I will have it rolled and set, and I'll show you some pictures of this style.
So now you can see that there's a nice wave to it, and it's not so straight.
These
perms were specifically made to help with sets. So this is great because then when you do a roller set or when you do a curling iron, it's going to give it a little bit more like foundation. Whereas like a Kim Kardashian is more loose. They do have like pillow rollers for that, but yeah, that's really not my clientele. So.
Yeah.
Alright, there you go. It looks good.
I love it. I can't wait to show you all this styled, and you know, I hope you all learned a thing or two. Come to Missy if you want a perm. Maybe not, she'll send you to Koreatown.
I don't know about a perm, but I definitely will do haircuts and styling.
Yes, she can do all your cuts, all your authentic cuts, all your modified cuts. She knows how to do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time, maybe with Missy, maybe not. Eventually, I'm sure.
We actually have to do a styling video.
Yes, maybe if you guys want a styling video from me,
leave a comment.
Yes, like this, leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you next time. Bye. Bye.